It's a beautiful place. It smells great. Compared to the last year, that was awful.
So I love the facility. It's awesome. It's spacious. At first, I didn't really like the bright colors, but that actually has really worn on me. I really enjoy the bright colors now. The cool thing about it is state of the art, and we have the technology now to advance our curriculum. So overall, I really enjoy the building.
Right, the new building is a really great place for students. With any building project, there's always things we think about afterwards, but I think that with all the planning that was done with this building, the learning spaces are well equipped and just provide students a lot of opportunity.
I love the new building, all the space that's available, especially here in the science rooms. There's enough room to move around, to do all kinds of different orientations with group work and stuff. And we can store all of our materials so we don't have them out all over the place.
I absolutely love the new building. I feel like I'm in that movie, The Internship or whatever it's called, and I'm working in the Google building. Maybe it's called The Intern, but whatever it is, I love it. Everything is so nice, the technology works, it's clean, it's bright, sometimes a little bit too bright, but it's just wonderful.
I love this new building. I think it's bright and airy, and it's filled with all new technology. It's a really inspiring spot for kids to have academic success.
Yep, I agree with all of that. I also love all of the new places that we have. I love the black box. I love our little area out in the 8th grade. My favorite thing of the new building is all the natural sunlight in it. I like that. That's a feel good.
I love the new building. I'm still getting used to some of the color combinations that were chosen, but overall I love it. I think that these huge windows are awesome. I still get lost because there's so many different places to go. So there's one stairwell, I never know where I'm going to end up. But overall, I think, and I can't wait till springtime when we can go outside and use that area out there.
I think the new building is amazing. I think the technology has really improved the education of our students. I think the one-on-one devices have made a tremendous difference in education and students discovering things on their own.
Smart boards or touch it. I'll take the touch it any day.
Did I miss smart boards? I never had a smart board. That's so funny. No, I never had access to a whole lot of technology before. I am loving the iTouch It. It saves me having to dig through piles and piles of posters, so I can recall images rather quickly.
So I never had a smart board, so the Touch It board is a new thing for me. I try to use it every day. I really enjoy it. It really has replaced a lot of, whatever I would use for my projector or an Elmo or even the Expo board, I can now do on the Touch It screen, and I absolutely love it.
Okay, I love the touch it boards. To be able to be hands-on, have students manipulate on the board, as well as stream media to it, to have students use Google Chromecast to cast their displays up there is just bar none. I think we couldn't have gone with a better choice.
I think for me, it's a combination of both. I love the abilities of the Touch It board, but a lot of what I had done in the past was on the smart board, so it's a little bit of a transition. But I love the new technology.
I was going to miss the smart boards a little bit, but I don't. I love the Touch It boards. They're the best. The best.
I have to admit, I was a die-hard smartboard user. I was one of the last ones to still use my smartboard in the old building, but I do have to say I really like the Touch-Its that we have, and the technology that it has. It is different than the smartboards, and for me, it's just a matter of using it more frequently to get used to it, but I do like the Touch-It screens. I think they're great.
I haven't had a smart board for about 4 years, so I don't miss it all that much. I do love the Touch-Its. I'm a little nervous when it comes to technology. I'm not quite as comfortable with it as Mrs. McEnany is, but I love all the options that are there. And the more I use it, the more comfortable I am with it, which is good.
I can't say that I miss my smart board because I never had one. Basically, my smart board, I could just project onto it, but it wasn't very smart. But my Touch It, I love my Touch It. It still acts weird sometimes, but overall I do like it.
I do not miss the smart boards. The touch-it boards do so much more than anything I could imagine. What I think I like the most about it is that I don't have to calibrate all the time. Before, I'd have the projector, people would hit the desk. Also, it's been super easy to just upload everything from Google Classroom, and we're able to use all of the papers and other activities that we've been doing in class.
The Chromebooks are great. They do save a lot of class time with Google Classroom, so that's really nice to be able to access. But huge major step up from what we had, absolutely.
So there is going to be a learning curve with the Chromebooks. I love the idea. I love the idea that students can now replace a lot of handwritten assignments with digital assignments, which is awesome. And they have access to online sources, Google Classroom. They can check PowerSchool almost immediately. We do have to work out some bugs with kind of appropriate uses of the Chromebook in the classroom. But for the most part, I think it's a positive step in the right direction.
I love that students have their own devices now. For students not to have to go find one and borrow one, for teachers not to have to go sign out a lab. It gives students the ability to be real world problem solvers, real researchers, as any information is available to them at the quick click of a button. And I think it's given students some freedoms that they deserve and can show really strong ownership and responsibility with.
I like being a one-to-one school now that every student has the Chromebook access. It gives me the ability to do more stuff digitally. I have students start their bell work right on Google Classroom. As soon as they come in, they can log in, and we don't have to use paper for doing that. And it provides more opportunities of the work that we do in the classroom to have the Chromebooks at all times.
I like the Chromebooks a lot. I'm trying to encourage my students to use them as much as possible. I'm giving them major assignments on them. I'm sad to hear that some teachers are having problems with kids using them for translation and that kind of thing, because that really isn't learning. It's just typing. It's just plagiarism, essentially, in world language. So I feel like that's not a good thing. I'm hoping that it doesn't take away from the responsibility of the student as much as it might. But so far, I feel that the Chromebooks have been a really good addition, and I feel that they're going to be a wonderful tool for the future.
I love having the Chromebooks for the kids to use in class. We don't have to have them bring in their phones, so it leaves the phones out of the classroom. I just wish we could get something to block them from going to some of the games that sometimes they go to when they're not supposed to. But other than that, they're fabulous.
I think the Chromebooks are great. I think having the kids have their access to them all the time is wonderful. They have ability to do research whenever we need to access and collaborate on documents whenever we need to. There are some bumps along the road, but we're figuring it out as we go, and I think they're a great thing.
I was really nervous when I heard that all the students were going to have Chromebooks, because again, I'm a little nervous about technology. But I'm very impressed how mature everybody is and what great choices that they're making with them. And I love all the opportunities that it gives us. It opens up a whole new realm of things that we didn't have before. So that's very exciting.
My thoughts on the Chromebooks. Very mixed feelings, because in the past week we've caught a lot of kids not using the Chromebooks for educational purposes, like playing little side games and such. But I love that every kid has one. I love that you don't have to worry about kids not having a computer at home to do an assignment. So overall, I like the Chromebooks. I just wish that there was a way for teachers to monitor better, like what kids are doing.
I think the Chromebooks have been a game changer. The kids come to class with them. They take responsibility for their own learning. It's allowed us not to have to scramble and run around and try to figure out who has a Chromebook cart, or can we borrow the iPads for the day. We're able to use technology every day instead of on days where we can just use the technology because someone else is not using it.
I'm Mr. Lucas, and I approve this message.
Bye.